Welcome one and welcome all to the TUBCAST. My name is Eric, and as always, I'm joined by Kyle.
Hey.
And nobody else but Kuipers.
Hey.
Kuipers is back there turning things and producing things and doing his thing. But tonight, we have a lovely, brilliant, gorgeous, bountiful show prepared for you. We're going to be talking about selling your bathtub water. There's a great market there. We're going to be talking about a new Nintendo Switch that's coming out in September. Cuphead's a TV show now. I mean,
things are crazy.
We got a lot to cover tonight, and only a small amount of time to do it in.
Yeah, I've missed you.
I've missed you, Kyle.
You've been gone. We've not been doing this show for a couple weeks now.
Since you've been gone. We kind of did this show at Comic-Con.
We did.
A very rushed, frantic, Comic-Con panel
It
show.
was. We didn't even find the right theme music because it's lost in our Google Drive somewhere.
Jeremy would say, I told you so.
Yep.
Because he hates the way we organize that.
Yep.
He's right. It's garbage. I'm sorry.
But you know what? It's in front of a live audience. Anything can happen.
That's where the magic is. I think you called it before this show started, it's jazz. That's what we do.
It is jazz.
We play jazz with our brain mouths. I think that's a statement that works.
That's our new slogan for the show. Is jazz with our brain mouths.
If you
put that on a T-shirt somewhere, please.
If you don't like, if you like bad jazz and bad comedy, and if they both had a baby, booty be bop bop bing bo. Welcome to the TUBCAST. Howdy, hi ho.
You threw me off when you started with booty. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
This is a family show. I should stop. I was scatting, but not that kind of scatting, you pervert.
That kind, you stop being a pervert.
No, it has been a while. It's been a while. That's a song.
That is a song.
Is that Puddle of Mud?
No,
it's Nickelback. Is it Nickelback? I think it's Nickelback. Maybe it's Seether. It has.
You might be right.
Is it? It's Stained. Oh man, we were
in the same
in the Scott Stapp genre.
Yeah, we were in the right neighborhood.
Yeah, all birthed from Eddie Vedder.
Yes.
You know, all the fans of Pearl Jam that had a little bit of talent went out there and made some music.
Make all of the music.
And that's, that spawned Nickelback and Stained and all these things. Anyways, we haven't been on air with the normal TUBCAST for a couple weeks. Thanks for hanging in there with us, everyone. If you're back and you're excited, if you're a newcomer to this show because you saw us at Omaha Comic Con and you thought, maybe I'll give them a try. They're kind of annoying, but you know what? I don't have anything better to do with my time.
Right. Do you think there were people that followed us just so that they could win the Nintendo Switch, and as soon as they didn't win it, those jerks unfollow? Probably.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But you're still watching.
You're still watching.
And I'm going to look at you right now and say, you're a jerk.
But we love you and keep watching us.
And have a hug.
Yeah. Virtual hugs.
This is an internet hug. People can't see it if they're only listening.
They're only listening. That was really awkward, but probably not as awkward if they saw it.
We were embracing the awkward with a warm hug.
It was.
Kuipers, are you recovering? Did you get the con croup or the con crud as I did?
No, I actually managed to stay all right after.
You caught the con virus?
Oh my gosh, I got the con crud. I'm snorting, as you can see.
I heard it.
And I apologize if I'm on drainage mode. I'm not contagious anymore. But
that's good. I don't want to be.
I mean, con ended Sunday, and I would say Monday I was like, uh-oh. I don't feel right. Something's wrong.
Happy 4th of July week.
And then I had to go out of town and go see family, and I'm like snorting and draining, and I had sore throats and all that stuff. So I'm feeling better now.
It's almost worse in the summer than it is in the winter.
In a way, I think that's just because you don't expect it in the summer. You're like, I shouldn't get a cold. I should be healthy in the summer. In the winter, you're like, oh, cold. Yeah, let's have some soup.
Yeah, I mean, having some soup is normal in the winter, and bundling up under some blankets, like putting on a hoodie, that feels normal. But when you are sick in the summer and it's just miserably hot out, and then you're like, I want a blanket and soup, but it's
you can't.
hot out.
It's hot and it's gross, and you're not allowed.
It just doesn't
you
work.
Could. It's just weird because you do get cold though, and you get like a little feverish. And, ugh. Anyways, it's all good. I'm good now. I'm not contagious.
You're getting there.
I'm not. I'm almost 100%.
Almost.
It's how was your 4th of July? Did you do any America celebrate?
My 4th of July was pretty good. I consumed some American beverages. Watched my niece and nephew try to light everyone on fire because they're very young and got real excited about fireworks. Mm-hmm. So
my kids were excited too.
Yeah, it was a little. There were a couple of moments that were a little hair raising and going, oh boy, we're going to just blow everybody up right here. This is the end. This is how we're going out with a couple of kids with those punk sticks.
I made sure to show my children hands that were mangled from fireworks before we started.
See, that's smart.
And I said, see, this is what happens to idiots.
Yeah.
Do you want to be an idiot? And they go, no, Daddy. And I say, good.
Don't be an idiot.
And then
best piece of advice.
And then we had a lovely 4th of July, except I was up in South Dakota, God's country. If you're according to my family that lives there.
Well, I mean, there are some giant carvings of the American presidents,
American gods,
and American gods.
Yes, the 4 of them.
The forefathers.
My brother has some property. He owns like a campground up there, and we were up there lighting fireworks, and we drive up there, and it was just like a monsoon the whole time I was gone. It was just raining and cold in South Dakota. Ugh. And we go up there, and there's this huge storm front, and it was just like torrential rain coming down sideways, and lightning and tornado warnings, and we're just like, I mean, we're on kind of on a mountain area, so it's like, they're probably not going to get a tornado up here, but still it's just
got
gross.
That storm that's hitting you.
So we're waiting it out, and we almost just called it quits, but then there was a nice opening in the storm, and we blew things up, and
that's awesome,
and that was fine. Yes. But yeah, we did the usual trappings of South Dakota. We saw the bears and the reptile gardens, and we went to a taffy shop.
You got the taffy. Okay, good.
Yeah.
The good taffy, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You got to go get the good taffy. If you're there in the summer, at least. They're closed in the off season, but hey.
If you go up there, it's a good place.
There's a nice little restaurant up in Hill City. It's up in that area by Mount Rushmore and everything. It's called the Alpine Inn. This is a plug for Alpine Inn if anyone's visiting Mount Rushmore.
This episode brought to you by Alpine Inn.
It's a quaint little establishment. It's been there for years and years and years, but they just do everything well because they don't do a lot.
Sure.
It's like you go to their menu and it's like, do you want the big filet mignon or the little filet mignon? Like, that's your choices.
Okay.
And you get the big one because you're a man.
Yeah.
Or a hungry lady. Either way,
you get the big one.
And then you get a baked potato with that. Don't ask for French fries, you plebe, you scum. There's no French fries here. Do you think we even have a fryer in our kitchen? This is a classy joint.
Wait, are you saying that they don't have any French fries?
They don't.
Okay.
You get a baked potato.
I was going to say, if it's like a choice between a baked potato and fries.
No choices for you.
You're right.
This is a nice establishment.
I did not understand we were talking specifically.
So you get your filet mignon, your big or your little, and then you get a baked potato with it, and you get some Texas toast with it. Okay, it's good, buttery, delicious, and then the best part is the salad options. Okay. Zero. You get a wedge of lettuce. They literally cut a wedge out of a head of lettuce and they put it on a plate, like a little triangle thing. And they just smother it in their homemade ranch dressing.
And that's it.
That's your choice. That's it.
That's it.
There's no other cheese.
No other topping.
There's cheese? No accoutrements.
And they call this America?
It's delicious. It's homemade ranch. It's creamy and thick and that's all there is. That's what your meal is.
That's what your meal is.
And it's delicious. But here's where the choice comes in, is if you stay for dessert. Their dessert menu is huge, and they make all these homemade
And by huge, you mean you've got like 3 options as opposed to...
I would say like 15.
So for dinner, all they have is...
Thank you for subbing.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Irrelevant Native.
For subbing. Twitch Prime. That was loud. I like that we've never figured out why that's so loud, and we just continue to punish ourselves. And so if you want to sub and destroy our hearing, go for it. No, so yeah.
I just love the fact that it, like, out of everybody on the tub, it startles you the most.
It's so loud.
It's like I almost can tell that it's coming, and I don't know why.
You've got foresight. You've got the vision.
I almost jump more from your jump than the sound itself.
Well, I'll try to tame it, but it scares me.
I love it.
Anyways, I'm done talking about this Alpine Inn, but it's nice. It's a place where it's simple and it's good, and it's always been.
It's a good place
there, and that's all there is to it.
So all they have is the steak and the potato.
Okay, so they do have, like, I lied because I remembered they added something. They never used to do this, but they have an option where you can get like a vegetarian meal now. That is like I don't know, it's some sort of a noodle, like what's it called? A Spätzle. It's like a German noodle, and then it's got some vegetables and stuff. I don't know.
So it's literally they have one meal, that's all they do, and then they give you the options of multiple desserts.
Yeah, lots of dessert menu.
Okay.
And then they have a bar, but they only serve beer and wine.
Bud Light.
You got beer and wine. That's your only choices. Okay. So don't ask for an old-fashioned.
That's a really easy menu. You've got the whole thing memorized, basically.
Well, I mean, they have multiple choices in that of those beverages. But,
sure.
I mean, they have soda.
As far as, like, your food.
They have iced tea. They have water, coffee, all those things. But I'm just saying, everything's simple. You know, it's nice. It's like the old days. You know, you go up to a saloon in Deadwood and you get yourself a steak dinner, and that's what you have. Although their bar was probably more stocked with whiskey and rum and.
A relevant native in their subscription note said, I'm listening to you two talk about filet mignon rather than finishing season 3 of Stranger Things.
Smart decision.
Yes.
Not because that show isn't brilliant, but because we're here now and we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Let's talk about Stranger Things season 3.
Kuipers, have you watched it?
I've only watched the first episode.
Fail. I watched all 3 seasons in the matter of 3 days.
I kind of wish I had.
I don't normally do that. I'm not normally the one to do that, but my 8-year-old son was like, I want to watch Stranger Things.
And he hadn't watched any of it before?
When he was probably 6, he watched the first season.
Okay.
And then he was like, this is scary.
But he probably said, this stuff's for babies.
Yeah. And so
that really meant that it was scary.
And I don't know. Maybe I'm a bad parent for letting him watch it. I don't know. But
I don't think so.
It's not that terrible. And so we started, I think, Sunday.
Kids show about monsters.
Sunday night, and we got through by Tuesday night. We were done with all 3.
Wow.
So we really knocked it out.
That's a season a night.
Yeah. Well, I had Monday off, so we watched most of 1 and 2 on
between
Monday.
Sunday and Monday.
Yeah,
okay.
And then So anyways, it's great. It's it's so much better than the second season.
You thought so?
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
And maybe some of it's that I don't remember the second season enough, and I didn't have any expectations as far as where are they going to go with this. And so after they had done the second season,
it's not I had expectations. It was just that that's the second season. Now there's parts of the second season that I think are really good. I just think there was that whole side story with her sister, number 8, that lived in. And it was just super dumb and kind of cheesy, and there just wasn't
it was slow and
it just didn't matter.
To me, it felt like it was slow.
It just didn't have any. It didn't really have any real. And then she kind of went emo, which that's always a mistake. Don't do that with your character. 11 went all emo for a while.
Yeah,
and
but
all that. And I'm just
did she go emo, or was that 80s? I'm tough.
It was, but they also had the 80s mohawk. I don't know. It was they were trying to play into some of those 80s movies.
Okay.
But they just did it so much better in the first one, and I think in this third one. That one, I don't know what they were going for in the second season, but I think this third one, have you finished it? I'm not going to spoil it.
Yes, I've finished it.
But there is a character in it who's very reminiscent of Arnold, who's kind of a Terminator-like character in it. And and I think, and that's so cool that they just totally play that up. There's just so many other nods to the kind of the sci-fi 80s genres.
Right.
I mean, obviously tons of references to Back to the Future in this one because it takes place in 85. So that obviously won me over really quick.
I really like the fact that it seemed like there were siloed stories
Yeah, they told instead at least three stories.
Instead of it being like one story that they're telling the whole way through, and you just kind of dance between the different people and their perspective of where they're at, because they're all kind of working together the way that they were in season 2, and at least portions of season 1. That
tried to do the 2-story thing, but it didn't work very well, because they picked up that first part of the sister story right away. They give you a glimpse of them robbing that bank or something, and then they don't come back to that for like 4 episodes,
right?
Or something like
and then you kind of had the group separate, but they were all like on the same page, knowing what they were doing. You know, I mean, everybody other than like in season 2 when Dustin has like hidden the fact that he has the Demodog, and then he and Steve go hunting or whatever, and they're off on their own adventure, but it's like they still are all kind of collaborating. They're like, hey, you go check that out. Whereas this one, everybody's just like, when they finally, they're just like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I love the way they mix the characters. They kind of, they did a really good job of like, hey, we're going to send this group off to their adventure, and then we're going to bring them back, and then we're going to kind of mix them up again and shuffle it up and send them off over here. And like, I don't know. I hands down, I love this season. It was weird because I had this like anticipation for it, almost this anxiousness that like I get for like Star Wars or something. Not like quite to that magnitude,
but like
like, oh, I'm really excited to watch this. Like, and it's been a while since there's been anything on Netflix that got me.
Well, and
like,
I think it's
excited.
Just because they put out. I mean, even with any of the flaws that there were in season 2, it still is a great show, and you know that there's something else that's like at the end of season 2, you know there's still something out there that's lurking that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you kind of are like, okay, what's going to happen next? Just like you did at the very end of season 1, where he's like in the bathroom and coughs a little bit of the thing up, and you're like, this isn't over. This isn't done. So,
which, it's funny because I remember after season 2, people complained a lot about it, and they were like, well, season 3 was just a great ending. They should have just left, or season 1. It was a good ending. They should have just left it and had been done with it, and we didn't need any more. And I'm like, I mean, it's such a reductive perspective to take on it, because granted, season 2, I didn't like it as much.
Sure.
But I still feel like the way they're building these characters, and plus it's like there's these kid actors, and they're all really great.
Right.
And you're kind of seeing them grow up, and it's cool that they're able to write for them as they age, and like kind of, I don't know, it's just the way they've done it. And you can tell there's a lot more money in season 3 than there were in the first 2 seasons. Just the way the set pieces play out, just everything about it. Like,
there's
it just
so
feels,
much heart in this show too. Like, and that was the thing.
Nostalgia.
I mean, at the end of the season, I was just kind of like, holy crap! Wait, we're already done with this adventure. It feels like we just barely started.
Yeah.
And I love that fact, because it's like the 8-episode season. It's the opposite of what Marvel is, or the Marvel series for Netflix where it felt like they've got good stories, but they just stay too long in it. That doesn't let it like hit you and impact you and be like, okay, that was awesome. I don't have to commit to an extra 4 hours of this, the way that you do with those Marvel ones.
And those Marvel ones, like, they were forcing you to watch this stuff that it's like you could have cut the fat.
Yeah,
and we've talked about this, like the reasons why they did it. Whatever, we don't. It's just they've learned their lesson. Maybe If you can give me 13, if you can give me 24, whatever episodes you want to give me of compelling storytelling, then I'm all for it. But like, if you're
it has to be something that's going to be compelling.
But if you're just going to be like, oh, we signed a contract for 13 episodes, we're going to fill it up however we can, like, no,
because that's what cable television was doing, was 13 episodes. It's
at the time, before that they were doing 24.
Like, the other thing
that
you can do is, I mean, and some of those episodes with even the Marvel series, they were longer than an hour, and you're like, there's so much content in this that's like pointless, that doesn't matter. And I feel like that wasn't the case at all with Stranger Things, and it just felt like it was a very cohesive story, especially this 3rd season. I would have been fine with... I loved the way that the first season ended. If there hadn't been any other seasons with it, I would have still loved it, because I think that I know,
but that doesn't make it... It doesn't make it
worse. Doesn't make it worse. No, it doesn't make it worse.
That's the point of view. I'm like, if they would have canceled it, then okay, well, fine. It would have been like kind of this ambiguous ending,
right?
And whatever
that lets your mind fill in the rest of the blanks.
That's fine.
Often, I think that sometimes that's a really cool way to end something, is to leave it in that kind of open-ended.
I think it's
done
I think you're
well.
Right. It's like
and I think that episode could have been that tight. That's like, okay, it's a tight enough ending. There's this little tag at the end that you're like, oh, wonder what could happen next, because I don't think that there was any clear direction that said one way or another.
Yeah.
To even guess where it would have gone. So
it's just a lot of times that's such like an indie movie trope, because it's it's hard to write endings.
True.
And so it's like, oh, well, it's open ended. Use your imagination. Right. It's like, okay, well. And I do think, yeah, you're right. There's certain ways that can be written that it's like maybe they give you some conclusion but leave some mystery.
Right.
Anyways, it's very good. Kuipers, why have you only watched one episode?
I've been busy.
Okay, sure. I don't know. I'm going to accept that answer tonight, but that's just because I'm going to generous. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll plan to change it by next week.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Well, we won't spend much more time on that. We don't want to scare anyone off with spoiler.
See, that's also why I did it. I did it for the fans, so that way I force us to not give spoilers.
Well, I would have tried to not.
We would have kept it. It's too early. Even though the numbers that Netflix has released saying that this is the
really
in the first 4-day window that it was out, they said that it was the largest that had accounts that have watched and at least started the series, and it was the highest percentage of completion within that first 4 days of binging the series. So I think they said 30-some% of the people that had started watching it on Thursday had already. It was 30 or 40% of the people that had started it when it first came out in that 4-day window had finished it.
Wow.
So
it's like an 8-hour movie, and I feel like this season has done it really well at keeping it entertaining the whole time.
Right.
So, what else have you been up to, Kyle?
I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken and tried out that sweet new Cheetos sandwich that they've got.
Oh, is that in our market?
It's in our market.
I didn't know it was everywhere.
Yeah,
I thought
it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
So that's the one where it's Cheeto breaded, or it's Cheeto.
So it's really weird. It's they put Cheetos on the very bottom of the sandwich, and then there is a sauce that they put over that just basically tastes like it's like a liquefied Cheeto dust that they put on top of the chicken. So
on top of the chicken.
So it's like they put the Cheetos.
And then there's mayo on the bottom.
Yeah, there's mayo. They put Cheetos on top of it. They put 2 chicken strip type of things. So it's not even like a chicken patty.
And they're pretty much putting mac and cheese sauce on top of it.
Yeah. It's really messy. The box itself is cool. If you can see the picture that Kuipers is putting up here, in the background, you see the Cheetos sandwich box. It looks like Chester. Oh. And as you open it, it looks like Chester's opening his mouth. It's kind of cool.
The non-doctored picture that we're seeing here, which is a more real life photo, I gotta say it looks kind of disgusting.
Yeah, it looks really disgusting. The non-doctored one.
It looks like buffalo sauce.
It does, and that's what I was like. What is this sauce? And it was all the way dripping around too. It was messy.
I feel like I would rather have buffalo sauce on there.
Yeah,
but I mean, was it good?
I feel like it would have been better if it had been buffalo sauce with the Cheetos underneath. Mm-hmm. But
but it was.
I don't get paid to make those decisions for KFC.
It would have been a flaming hot Cheeto sandwich.
A flaming hot Cheeto sandwich. That's what they need next.
Or even
that would be
I'd
delicious.
even take the jalapeno Cheeto sandwich.
Right.
Those
jalapeno cheddar Cheetos are the best.
Oh man, they're my favorite.
Oh man,
that's the sandwich we deserve. KFC.
Yeah. Apparently they also have their own Mountain Dew flavor.
Chester urine.
No.
Cheetah urine.
No, it's called
Cheetah Dew.
Sweet Lightning. It is not.
It is cheetah urine then.
Maybe
it's they're fast like lightning. Their urine is
not
sweet.
At all in the same category as Baja Blast. It kind of was gross. I didn't like
lemonade?
It. So it's like a peach Mountain Dew, but there's honey. It tastes really good until you stop drinking it. and then like the aftertaste of honey, it just like ruins everything.
Really?
So
what's wrong with honey?
I don't know. The combination of honey and peach in a soft
Sounds
drink.
Delightful, Kyle.
And maybe it is for you. For me, I
just
not
haven't
like
tried it, so it's probably gross. Maybe the sandwich ruined it.
It could have been, but maybe I had my wife didn't have the sandwich. I had her try the drink as well, and she was like, "Yeah, that honey just kind of." It's a weird aftertaste that the honey gives you.
Fake honey, then.
Yeah, it's probably fake honey.
Honey's so nice. Bees made it for you.
They did. They pollinated stuff.
Now I want to try this weird drink.
You should try it and tell me what you think. I want to know.
I'm gonna go get a shot of it. Do they serve it in shot glasses?
No, but I'm sure you could get a small.
Okay.
Just go with your children and you just take the first drink and then give it to them.
Be like, here, you drink this trash.
Yeah,
Kyle
you drink this trash, but I want to taste it first. No, other than that, I've just been playing some games. Played that
Video games. Oh, we get to talk about those sometimes.
Yeah. You want to talk about them?
You go for it.
Okay.
You go.
I've been playing Trover Saves the Universe.
You mean Trevor?
No, Trover.
But it's spelled T-R-E-V.
No, it's T-R-O-V-E-R.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's from the writer and creator of Rick and Morty.
We're getting a new season soon, aren't we?
Yeah, that's like supposed to be 70 episodes long or something. They said. I don't know.
Fall?
I think so. It's been way too long. Rick and Morty, welcome back.
Anyways, Trover
is. I mean, if you like Rick and Morty and you don't have any type of like threshold of
chaos or nonsense,
like the Morty voice, like Morty just spouting all the time. You'll like it. I've enjoyed it. There's a lot of funny stuff in it.
It's just him doing that voice though for like all the characters.
I mean, he's the main. So the story with the game is that there is some godlike creature. There's 4 of them.
Show me what you got.
Yeah,
that guy.
Not him. No, it doesn't take place in the Rick and Morty universe. Apparently,
fooled me.
But someone said that it seemed like it could be one of those TV shows that they'd come across in that wherever they go and watch all the interdimensional TV shows. But it's an idea of this guy that they're this like godlike creature. There's 4 of them, and one of them decides, "Hey, I'm done with this stuff," and they're all like eyeless. So he goes to this guy's house and grabs his 2 dogs and shoves them in his eye hole.
His dogs or his dog's eyes?
The dogs are shoved into the eye holes of this godlike creature.
This is weird.
And it suddenly has power, and so it's trying to... It's like causing all kinds of mayhem and destroying everything. So the other 3 godlike creatures somehow send this guy to you that is this purple man named Trover. And he has these things called power babies that are shoved in his eyes. So you've got these circles that are his eyes.
That makes sense.
That have a face on each of them. And then they will like cannibalize themselves when you get power-ups. So like he pulls the one out and then they eat each other. There's Trover right there.
Halo Reach Man 123 says Futurama was better.
Better, I'm guessing than Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I think that there's, I don't know, there's a large difference with some of what they were trying to accomplish. I think, but I do love Futurama.
No offense to Futurama
You don't
fans.
like Futurama.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I just like the sense of humor from Rick and Morty way better.
That I will give you. I do like the jokes and the odd, weird, out there.
That abstract nonsense comedy is always going to win me over just because I love the stupid.
And there is a large chunk of that nonsense humor that is going on in this game.
Now we're looking at a picture now.
Yeah, so that's Trover.
Does he got dogs in his face or babies?
No, those are the power babies.
So he stole the guy's babies and stuck them in his eyes.
He's your avatar. So essentially, you are this chairling that can't move out of a chair. I thought
you said Trover took dogs.
No, the godlike creature steals your dogs.
So you got to go get babies.
No.
Why does he have babies in his eyes?
Because that's what his species does. He's a different species. He's like an alien to you. You're from this world where you are these people that are bound to a chair.
And you don't have eyes.
And you do have eyes. The person that they kind of look like Mr. Poopy Butthole, like the person that your character is.
So I'm not Trevor.
You're not Trover. You are controlling Trover.
Who's controlling a video game?
Because you're sitting in your chair, you can't move, and you've got a controller in your hand.
Oh, so you're Trover.
No, that's
playing
Trover.
A video game. Who's playing a different character?
So there's one of the chairlings. Kuipers is getting it pulled up here.
Now that's who you're playing as.
You are one of those people. You can see that you've got your controller. The game itself
Trover.
can be played in PlayStation VR. So you are controlling Trover, who is the purple dude with power babies for eyes.
Well, where did the puppies come in?
The puppies are your puppies that were stolen by this godlike creature.
And because he couldn't see.
Because he doesn't have eyes either. So he shoved them in his
Trover's
eye holes.
Species, they're always making babies for their eye holes.
Yeah, I think. They're called power babies. They're like the collectible in the game. You collect these little power babies.
I'm done, Kyle. I don't want to understand this anymore.
I'm just saying, I mean, it is 100% a Justin Roiland
Don't go
setup.
putting babies and puppies where your eyes are supposed to be.
Right?
The plot sounds more complicated than a Kingdom Hearts game.
It's not, though. I think that Eric just was purposely asking the wrong questions.
I really was confused there, sincerely confused for a minute.
Yeah, it's a VR game, so that I think that's part of the reason that they set up your character as this person that's bound to a chair.
All right, I might try that someday.
Yeah,
when I've lost my mind.
It's interesting.
Is it fun? Is it good?
It's fun.
Is the gameplay?
The gameplay is fun. Yeah. So you move the guy around. You can lock onto him so that your head move. Because I don't have PlayStation VR, but you can lock onto him, or you can move him independently with the left joystick, and the right joystick you move your head. So you can be looking around for stuff while you're moving him in a direction. There's a lot of stupid little puzzle things that you got to figure out, and I don't know. I've enjoyed it. It's not the greatest game that I've ever played, but
so how about that Dr. Mario?
The Dr. Mario, man.
Talk about some bank highway robbery there. No,
there's some of it that I really like, and there's some of it that I really don't.
So I think it would be great if they didn't try to use a heart every time you played a level. It would make more sense if you failed the level to lose a heart, but you just lose a heart for playing each world.
Unless you get all 3 stars on the level.
And they give you a heart back.
They give you a heart back.
But still.
Right.
I feel like it would be fair, or more fair, if you played the level and you failed it, you lose a heart.
Right.
If you get all 3 stars, you get a heart. But that's a new heart in addition to your heart count. But instead, they're trying to rob you and get you to spend money. So here's a trick. Here's a workaround. Don't play it. Play the multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Just play that. It's fun. The multiplayer is great.
Multiplayer is great.
And you don't need to pay them any money.
And the levels are fine, too. That's the one part that I think kind of can work together. Is that it doesn't take any type of tickets or anything to play the multiplayer.
You get a heart every 15 minutes.
You get a heart every 15 minutes. So if you want to play the courses until you're out of hearts,
then you
go play the multiplayer, and then
2 hours later you got 8 hearts.
Yeah,
and you can
play however many hearts
courses.
You need. There's a couple of levels on there that are super difficult.
Yeah,
especially there's some timed ones. It's kind of weird that it moves upwards rather than falling. It's like they flipped the whole premise of it.
I think they did that because it's on your phone.
That's true. It does make sense in that way.
I think because they want you to take your finger, move the pill around.
Right.
And I think it was brilliant, really. I think the way the idea of it, the concept, if you're going to change Dr. Mario, I was like, what are they doing to it? They're breaking it. They're ruining it. But then I played it, and I'm like, this actually makes a lot of sense.
It's built really well.
It's fun, and it's just a bummer that there's all these paywalls.
Yeah.
But hey, they got to make money, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess for me, when I was playing it, I didn't quite see it as as strong-armed because like the first 20 levels or so that you play, they don't force you into any of that. They give you like unlimited hearts. Yeah. So you can just play through all of those.
That's only 20 like levels,
I know, it's like the tutorial thing.
But these levels go pretty fast.
Yeah. And it match. I mean, the thing that I think is smart is that it matches other types of puzzle games like this that are on iOS or on Android. Mm-hmm. So the idea that you have X amount of lives to play, you can go and buy the lives, or you can wait for them to fill back up over time. It's not new, and to me, it doesn't bother me quite as much because if you finish the level, it is what it is. It's frustrating when you get to the point where you're at a hard level that you can't get past, and you waste all of your hearts, and then you wait for 4 hours to then go burn through them again.
Is that I just can't forgive that because when I play a game, I want to play the game. I want to sit down and I want to play the game. I don't want to sit there and then get punished because I'm failing but monetarily now you have to pay. Now I get it's a free game. I understand how free to play works. I'd be willing to pay for a game like this if I didn't have to have that stuff. And I think they tried that with Super Mario Run. Not very many people bought the game because they said it was too expensive, and then they went ahead and put all that stuff in there anyways.
Yeah, and then they played it, and then they the free first 3 levels, and they were like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to spend the money on it. Yeah. So in that way, I think that it's smart that they've done it this way because it gives them a way to monetize it.
I just feel like
it still being the easy opt-in that a lot of people expect from a free-to-play game.
So in other words, if you're really good at it and you never fail and you get 3 stars every time, you can just keep playing forever.
You can keep playing forever. Yep.
So it's all skill-based.
That is nearly impossible.
So it's pay to win. It's maybe not impossible if you're really good.
If you're really good, yeah.
I do like the multiplayer. It's fun.
Yeah, the multiplayer. I've gotten destroyed a couple times.
I've also destroyed some people, and that feels really nice too.
I had some problems with it today that it seemed like it just stopped working in a couple of different levels and in a couple of different matches, and then when I reloaded the app it was like I hadn't played 7 matches because I'd unlocked that box in the verses that you get 7 keys or whatever, or 9 keys, and then it had a 10-hour countdown that I'm guessing it gives you either 10 hours to start getting keys again or 10 hours before it just gives you another one. And then I went back in and it was at one of the 7 keys. So it's it completely eliminated 4 of the levels that I had passed in the main courses area. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what if they've had some issues with stuff just not loading right or what.
Because there was a patch right away. Yeah, recently. Was that yesterday?
I think it was yesterday because yesterday was technically the first day that it was supposed to be live. I think that if you pre-ordered or did the pre-install, it installed it on the 9th. But the 10th was the date that was listed on it, so I don't know.
I'll still play it. Yeah. I'll just sit there and be mad when I run out of hearts. And then
you'll go play Versus.
Yeah.
Other than that, some Apex Legends Season 2 came out. I've been enjoying that. I think it's for sure a step in the right direction as far as giving you objectives and things to go after. I've played with a lot of different characters that I typically hadn't played with because it's hey, if you get a finishing move with this person, that's how you get this daily challenge marked off, and the weekly ones don't disappear, so you can continue to work on those even if you don't finish them in the week.
I finally jumped in last night and played a little, and I really like the new character. Watson, she's pretty awesome.
I haven't played a lot with her, but
being able to set up those little electric force field thingies is really cool. And you're right. I think the battle pass this time, it's much more like Fortnite, which isn't a bad thing because that's something they do really well.
That's
and it's cool. It's fun to have. It just feels like especially if you're playing without other people, you play with people and you're just having fun playing the game,
right?
But when you're playing by yourself, you kind of want to have those
those
goals.
Little extra things.
Yeah, like something to do, like other than just try to win, because you're going to get matched up with some idiots sometimes who are going to bail on you or whatever. And so it's nice to have
numerous times.
It's nice to have like, okay, well these knuckleheads left me, but I'm going to go try to get some headshots with a machine, submachine gun or something like that.
Yeah,
and that helps.
I've been they've got the ranked playing now too that you can jump into, or like so that you can rank from like bronze to silver to gold. I've very slowly moved from like the lowest rank of bronze to the second lowest rank of bronze over the course of like 4 days of playing.
I mean, it got me back into the game, and I hadn't touched it in months. It's a very good game. It's just one of those things like when there's all these other games vying for your attention, like it's hard to make an excuse to go play that, especially with games like Mario Maker out there taking all my time. That game is...
You haven't put out any other levels since the two that you've publicized?
I put out 2. I'm working on one right now, and I'm taking my time with it. It's I keep going. I could probably just post it out. I'm like, no, I need to hone in.
You don't want to have any lazy level
I don't want
building,
any lazy
right?
stuff in there, And the other side of it is
like my level, apparently.
I just that one part. I'm not saying the whole level, just that one part, Kyle. See,
I know.
It's really long every time, and like whenever I like go from Big Mario to Little Mario because of some bull crap you put in there, I'm just like, this is stupid, Kyle. And then I yell at you, and then my wife chuckles to herself. And that's how the day goes.
See, it's one of those that after playing the one that you brought to Comic-Con, I wanted to make a level that would make people yell at me the way that I yelled at you when I've tried to play that one since.
No one has cleared my Comic-Con level yet.
No.
Bunch of babies out there.
I cleared your other one.
Yeah, that one wasn't that bad.
That one had some rough spots, but it wasn't that bad. It took me a little while to figure it out, but...
I tried to put some real like puzzly stuff in the beginning. It's actually, I like to do that. I like to kind of use the tools they give you in a way that maybe you're not supposed to, or at least it's not intended. But no, I'm actually trying to build a level that I won't get told is garbage by people, because a lot of people do not like, and Jeremy's not the only one. He subtweeted me real hardcore about this, but a lot of people hate it when you put a surprise in there that kills you. Like if you go down a pipe, or you go in a door, or you go in a teleporting box and it drops you in on a pit of disaster and you die. So my first 2 levels definitely had that. And this, I'm trying to build like
I think I had a couple.
I'm trying to build a more traditional, fun, but still like kind of puzzle solving, but not as...
Traditional fun one that's not going to be like a hellscape.
You're going to feel good about beating it. There's not going to be anything where it's going to punish you. It's going to be, if you fail, it's going to be because you suck. And that sort of thing, and I'm going to try to do that. So, keep an eye out for my next release. Okay. It's a hot joint.
I just released one last night.
I saw that. I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll like it. I don't know if a lot of people will like it. It's an underwater level.
That's garbage. I'm not even going to play it now. Thanks for sharing.
But it's fun.
Underwater levels are not fun, Kyle.
Fun.
They're poopy because you have to swim.
It's not nearly as difficult as the other one was.
Okay.
It still doesn't make it fun. It's still a water level.
Have you been playing Mario Maker at all?
I have been. Like, I played the Arby's level.
Yes.
Nice.
I played the Arby's level too.
It actually gave me a bit harder time than I thought.
There were a couple of spots that were...
Is it good?
It's a good level. There's a couple of spots that you can see people's comments as you're going through it. They're like, screw you, Arby's.
That's awesome.
But I've also tried my hand at beating your level too, Eric.
Yeah, how far have you gotten in that? I'm just curious.
So I got past the fish area, like past like the second part there.
Oh, you got to the mystery boxes?
Yes.
Oh no.
And that was where I died again.
I love the way that he just laughs.
So the mystery boxes are, I'll admit, those are some bullcrap. But the thing I like about it, and see, this is in my defense, I get that people get frustrated at it, because what makes you mad is you've worked so hard to get to that point, and then you die in some way that you have no control over. And so I get it. It's cheap.
Yeah.
No skill is going to save you from it. But you know what it does is you learn a lesson.
Right.
You go to that box and you go.
Don't trust anything
you
that
go,
Eric
don't
makes.
go to box 1 or whatever, 2 or 3 or 4. Like, you just learn which ones are good and which ones are bad. And then, that you're just learning. You become intimate with the level.
Right.
It takes time, but you become intimate, Kyle and Kuipers. So, see, Kuipers, how now you are more intimate. Which box did you choose?
I don't remember because I barely got to there. I was lucky enough to avoid Cat Bowser's randomness because that's kind of one of the gimmicks that's just kind of like, I don't know if it actually qualifies as a good level or just like, cool, you use randomness to be annoying.
I mean, Cat Bowser is randomized, but it only will kill you without it being your fault. Like about 2 out of 10 times or something. Like there's a part where the fireball will come as you're exiting the tube on that level.
Yep.
And
or like the times
or like if he jumps
up there, yeah.
Or if he jumps up there, or there'll be I died multiple times because I would start to ground pound too late. Like he'd start to climb up, he'd be climbing up enough that he'd kill me there.
That's just because you're slow. So I mean,
how many deaths have happened on that level?
I don't know a lot.
There's a lot,
but 0% pass.
It also doesn't help that I gave my roommate tries one time, but he realized you have infinite deaths, so we're just like, oh, I'll just keep doing this. Like he just die instead of actually trying to get on top of like the red moving block at the very beginning. Like if he didn't land it, he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna die and start again.
Yeah,
there's some of that makes sense at times, especially if you've got the rhythm of it and you just are like, okay, I'm just not going to be able to catch my rhythm back to get into some of the different jumps that you have to do. But have you put any levels out, Kuipers?
Nope, I have not. Okay. I have not really been all that creative with it so far.
Okay,
I have been a bit distracted by the new fad for gaming.
What's that?
Auto chess.
Oh, we got an auto chess player here.
Yeah, my friends got me in a team fight.
Are you? That's the one on the Android?
No, that's the.
Are you
playing
league
one?
The league one. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it is taking the world by storm. I thought there is a mobile version out now, right?
Dota released a mobile version. There is Tencent also released their own.
Tencent, yeah. So you like it?
Yeah.
Were you a Dota player before?
No. Okay. Like my friends started playing it a lot, and then I was just like, yeah, fine, I'll play a game with you, and that's when I got hooked.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I've not played any of those. Haven't hardly.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what it is, but maybe I should look those up.
It's a bit
of a learning curve. I'm not going to lie, yeah, there is a bit of a learning curve to the game, but it's still enjoyable, I thought.
Okay. Welcome to Chat TP Poker, and congratulations on 5 years of being married.
Yes, congrats.
And that was the first time you popped into our chat without telling us someone has died.
Wait,
I still don't trust him.
Wait, does that mean that who died?
I don't know.
Who died?
Or is he just lying about his wedding anniversary? I don't know.
It's actually his 6th year.
It's his 6th.
Oh, you got us.
Either way, congrats.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like we've talked a lot of video games, but we just haven't, we haven't had this show for a while.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to cover.
We talk about whatever we want to talk about here.
No, but Mario Maker's great.
It is.
I'm gonna try. I want to make levels that people can only get mad at themselves about instead of getting mad at me. That's my new.
Yeah, but you know what? It doesn't matter because if you're sharing it with the internet, people are still gonna get mad at you.
That's fine. They can, but I'll know.
You'll know that you didn't have any bull crap that you put in it.
I didn't put anything in there that was just cheap or unfair.
Right.
I'm just saying. Like, you could easily put a hidden block somewhere in a level that had like a power up that you need to finish the level.
Yeah.
And then upload that because it's easy to beat and no one could beat it but you because you know exactly where that hidden block is. And like that's just garbage. Like, I've used hidden blocks, but I try to put clues to where they are. And
right, and I've used hidden blocks.
I've used hidden blocks.
I don't even know why that's a giggle-worthy thing.
Because of your reaction that first time with the
long path of hidden blocks, and then you had to come all the way back.
And the look you gave me, Eric, that's why I giggled.
If you didn't see that at Comic-Con, which we streamed a lot of that, we Kuipers made a level that was mean, and it was like a long string of hidden blocks.
Yep.
And then you go to jump at the end of the level, and you can't, and they're all hidden blocks, and you got to break them all, and then It's a bunch of garbage. Anyways.
Hidden blocks are fun.
Only other thing I'm going to mention about video games before we move on is tomorrow is Dragon Quest Builders 2 Day. So
so we won't hear from Eric for a while.
Get on that hype train, people. All the reviews are coming out, and they're saying it is improved on the original. It is much better than the original. This is a good game. You owe it to yourself to play Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Just as I was thinking, Eric's played Apex for the first time in a while. Maybe I'll get some Apex Legends in with some people that I actually know.
Nope.
SteamWorld dig something too.
No, it's Dragon Quest Builders 2.
That's right. SteamWorld is another
game
that you really liked.
But this game is so cool. It's like you get to build stuff and it has a purpose and there's a checklist and it's like, hey, you need to build this thing because these people in the village, they need a place to cook food, so you need to build a kitchen, okay? And then you build the kitchen and then they need other stuff from you because you're the one with the giftings. Now there's multiplayer, you can get in there and build stuff with your friend. Oh man. I'm playing I pre-ordered on the Switch. I cannot wait.
I still need to go back and get Cadence of Hyrule. I want to play that one.
I finished that last week.
Thumbs up from Eric?
Excellent. Okay. Holy cow, excellent. That game is on my top 10 of the year right now.
I've heard that from a couple different people, so I really need to check that out. Especially before the end of the year.
Admit, we weren't going to talk about games much more, but here we go. I will admit that there was a moment, so you can turn off there's a fixed beat mode is what they call it, where it turns off the time, like you don't have to you don't have to move or attack on the beat.
Right.
I played through the whole game almost with it just in the normal, play to the beat.
Here we go.
And then there was I got to this last dungeon and I could not get past it.
So your days have gone.
Final boss, so I did turn on the fixed beat mode to get through that last. And I was kind of bummed because it's like, hey, if you turn this on, you're not going to be on the leaderboards for whatever. And I was just like, I played this, so I just kept trying and trying.
So now I need to play it and beat it and not turn that off.
Yeah, go for it.
So then I can
rub
be like,
that in my face.
I did it better than you, Eric.
Okay, Kyle, there was a big difference between me turning that off for the last dungeon and you not taking on any of the hordes.
I took them on and I lost. I died.
No, but you passed all the hordes.
I know. And that game was so long, I was just over it, and I just wanted to see the ending. So
Lechuga King says, "Hey, how is you doing?"
Hey, doing good.
We is doing
swellingly.
Anyways, Cadence of Hyrule, great game. Mario Maker 2, great game.
Great game.
There's like a lot of good games coming around the corner here.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out. I'm excited about that. What is the Marvel Ultimate Alliance that's coming out in like a week's time, something like that.
Yeah, hopefully that's good. All right, let's get into some news. Our first story comes from TheVerge.com. It says Nintendo Switch Lite is a smaller, cheaper Switch built exclusively for handheld play. If you are under a rock and you have not heard yet that the Nintendo Switch Lite is releasing on September 20th of 2019.
That is right. They announced it this morning, right? Or like
yesterday,
overnight or something. I woke up to the news. Was that yesterday?
Okay. Yes. It's available in yellow, turquoise, and gray.
And a special
Pokemon, which looks nice. No, Joy-Cons are not removable. There's no rumble. They got rid of the IR. There's
no docking.
No. Sorry. There's no, it does not, you can't output to a TV. Also, the screen is smaller. It's a 5.5 inch screen where the Switch screen is like 6.2 inches. Even still,
none of these things are a detractor.
All of these things, I'm just like, I think I need this, and I don't even know why.
I don't have any reason other than I want one that I kind of just want one that is the one cohesive unit.
Yeah.
That the Joy-Cons don't come off of and will feel a little sturdier in my hands and has a little better battery life.
So, I mean, it does mean like games like Mario Party and things like that where you kind of like take the Joy-Cons off and share, play two-player.
Right.
It ruins
some of those games are no longer.
Mario Kart when you could sit down, like they pitched it on a roof. You would play with your friends.
Yeah.
But then the thing they didn't think about is, oh, wait, this is such a popular console. Everyone just has one now, and you don't need to share with your friends. And
I love the fact that they've kind of leaned into the Game Boy avenue because isn't that something that they've kind of said is eventually the Game Boy production is going to stop?
The DS.
Yeah. So it kind of fills that void because it's a smaller one and it's one that is a very specific design.
Yeah.
I saw a mock-up of an original Game Boy looking one that if that were to come out, would
be nice.
I'd have to move some funds around and I'd have some explaining to do.
The thing about it is I like the idea of it being a little bit more portable. Like you said, it's kind of it's almost like this will be on my go Switch, and then I have my home Switch that's on the dock.
And I use my Switch way more like this, undocked.
Yeah.
And I think some of it's because it's something that's nice to be able to like sit in the same room as my wife if she's wanting to watch TV and play video games still, and kind of be like,
you'd be on your phone anyways,
right? But it's the idea that I can play this and I'm not having to take over the screen, and take out that portion of the living room. So.
Luchaga King says, "Did you guys watch Miss Don't Midsummer? I don't know. No, I've not seen that.
That is a horror movie that looks
theaters
terrifying.
I might check that out someday. I probably won't see it in theaters. Is it good? Give us a rating in the chat. Let us know." Jolliver says, "New Game Boy." And then says, I would use the Nintendo Classic stuff from the online subscription with this. It's great. I think the fact that it has a D-pad on it and not just buttons,
right,
is really cool because that would be great for those games.
And it's nice. I think that the thing is, like, they didn't really think about that being a D-pad. Or like with the functionality that they wanted originally to be able to say, hey, here's a Joy-Con, here's a Joy-Con.
Right.
You've got the buttons that you need. That when you're playing it as a single player, it takes away that functionality to feel, or at least feeling good.
But for most of the time, I would rather have a D-pad there anyways. So
right.
They did say there was a Verge article that said they are working on an updated version of the original Switch. That's going to just have like a better processor and more storage.
Yep, I think that's been rumored for a bit, and I think that the rumors that I had heard before, it may be a little bit sooner now, but the rumors I had heard before was 2020.
Yeah.
So, Jolliver's asking cost. I think it's $199, right?
$200. Yep.
So it's about $100 less.
Exactly $100 less. Yeah.
The one with the Pokemon, like that one looks really cool.
It does. I could go without the like art on the back.
Right.
But I do love the color scheme of it. The gray with the blue on the left and the reddish pink.
And the nice thing is, you don't really have to pay attention to it.
I know.
It's on the back.
That's the only thing that I'm just like,
I saw too. I was like,
But anyways, the Switch Lite is coming, not the Lite Switch. The Switch Lite is coming out on September 20th. This is, part of me, I was like, you know what? This was a great option for my kids to have a Switch of their own. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, but I kind of want that Switch. Maybe. Yeah. But the only thing is I wonder is that, about a little over half an inch smaller screen? Like, is that going to detract from your experience, or I don't know.
I don't know. I wouldn't imagine it would too much.
I want to hold one and see what it's like. Hopefully all the buttons are the same size. I'm imagining they are. It's just a little more compact.
Yeah.
That'll be coming soon. So if you want one, you should go get one. Well, not till September. I am curious about the more powerful Switch because it would be nice to have something that ran the games a little smoother.
Right.
Which I would be a little more tempted to go that direction personally.
I hope that when they do, that there's more colors, because I really like the colors of these, and it just adds to the fun and the whole Nintendo aspect of it.
All right, our next story comes from RollingStone.com. It says, is Belle Delphine, a.k.a. Bathwater Gamer Girl, the greatest troll on the internet? It says she's almost like a parody of the kind of girl these dudes want. Says one expert. She's very directly playing into the sensibilities of these men. Who are these men that they're talking about? Is it Kuipers?
The ones that are paying $30 on the internet for a jar of the dirty bathwater.
So let me get this right. This 19-year-old cosplayer, Instagram model, she takes a bath, then she bottles her water and sells it for, like, you get a little bottle of water, like a little jar of it for $30.
The quote in this is, "I am now selling my bath water for all you thirsty gamer boys."
And what's weird is it's kind of made this whole, like, I mean, something like this will happen. And wait. The Chuga King says, "I bought it. Def not worth it." All right. I would hope it. I mean, I don't know why it would be worth it. That's why.
Are we talking about the bathwater, or is this something Nintendo still?
I don't know. I'm assuming the bathwater, because the Nintendo Switch Lite is not out yet. Anyways, this is so weird. It's also crazy that it is created. Okay, they say, but it literally smelled like bathwater. Well, what did you expect it to smell like?
Did you expect it to smell like just water? Like,
I don't know what you. I don't want to know. What did you expect it to smell like? A Red Lobster? Like, what were you going for? The thing is, it is so crazy because it's created this whole like subgenre of YouTube videos of these dudes who are buying this water. They're drinking it. They're doing okay. The craziest thing I've seen is the dude was vaping it. He bought this bathwater and then he vaped the bathwater. Yeah. He said Lucha King said he made a frappuccino. I don't even know what's going on.
It's what he thought that it would smell like.
It smelled like a frappuccino.
He thought that rainbows.
Okay. It is insane to me, and it's like all these. It looks like somebody made ramen noodles or mac and cheese out of with the water. It has just spawned all these crazy YouTube things, and I'm just thinking like. Jolliver says that's how you get a staph infection.
Yes.
Right. It is a baffling world we live in.
Can I ask you a serious and private question?
Well, it's not very private, is it?
No, it's private because he'll never go back and listen to this. Does this mean Jeremy was right? All those years ago when he tried to get a secret Patreon level where he'd sell farts in a jar. Does this mean Jeremy had the right idea?
I don't know if a fart from Nathan.
No, I mean when Jeremy talked, like there were all kinds of different secret levels that you could get.
Oh, like a fart from him?
Farts from him, farts from any of us. Others.
I was not about to fart in a jar.
I was not about to either. But I mean, if people are willing to spend $30 for a jar of dirty bathwater.
There's a big difference here.
I know. I'm mostly just trying to play up the joke.
None of us are 19-year-old girls.
That is true.
I mean, Kuipers is the closest we have to a 19-year-old girl.
You're not wrong.
and I mean that in the nicest way, only by age, because you're the youngest. Kuipers, can we get you to bathe in a tub? You can even like go never nude style and wear your jorts.
We know you are.
And we'll bottle up that water and see if maybe the market's still fresh for some Kuiper water. Kuipers. Nah? You interested? We'll cut you in on like 15% of the profits.
Okay, now it's worth it.
Okay, great.
Halo Reachman says the Opera Ghost needs a new Men in a Tub sticker. The one refuses to stay up. Also, this is how you get dysentery. So, yeah.
I don't know what the Opera Ghost is.
I'm guessing that is referring to somebody that was at Comic-Con.
Oh, okay. Yes. You should have got a new sticker when you saw us. I'm sorry. Anyways, this is a weird. Lechuga King says that they'd buy Kuiper's water.
Kuiper's, what's the cost?
I mean, I'm not no offense, but I think we're gonna have to go under 30, maybe like 15 a bottle.
Yeah,
does that sound fair?
15 a bottle for Kuiper's never nude bathwater.
Let's make it something easy to calculate 15% off of.
So $10.
Yeah, sure.
All right, you heard it. Kuipers is going to sell his water for $10, and hopefully we'll get someone to vape it.
If you vape, this is the premium.
eBay had supported a long line of disgusting and disturbing sales of used products, but this is just, oh my gosh, this is weird. Anyways, there you go. Don't buy it, please. If you already did, I'm okay. You learned your lesson, but don't buy this. What are you doing?
Thank you for tipping.
Holy heck! Who tipped?
Did they just tip $10 for some Kuipers water?
I don't know what just happened. How much?
I don't see it. I don't see anything.
Why didn't it show up on our screen? It's supposed to. No, we just got $10. I don't. Someone just bought some Kuipers water. We're selling it already. It's like hotcakes.
Oh
no! All right, your bath water's flying off the shelves, Kuipers. You haven't even taken a bath yet. We're going to get on this. Oh boy, essence of Kuipers. Well, we've got some more in the news to cover.
Again, the jump from the sounds.
That is so loud.
It's great.
Thank you very much, Luchuga King, for your purchase.
Pre-sale
of the Kuipers. It's, no refunds though.
No refunds.
If this product doesn't take off,
we don't know if it's kind of like what are those, the
Kickstarter?
Yeah, Kickstarter, but with
no guarantee.
No guarantee.
Yeah. All right, another story coming from Polygon.com. It says Cuphead is coming to Netflix as an animated series. There's not much to this story. We don't know a lot,
right?
Other than what
I'm so excited.
It's going to be kind of an original series, a comedy. It's the best part about this though is that it on this art it shows also starring Mugman. If you were to leave out Mugman,
oh yeah,
you jerks, that would have been the wrong move. But
the only thing that I'm not sure about with this image that they've got up is that it doesn't look like the original old-timey art. Yeah. So I really hope that that's just something that's like an advertisement that doesn't necessarily indicate that they're going to go away from it, because I would.
It still looks kind of like that.
It looks like
a different version.
Yeah, it looks like it, but it looks like it's like modernized cartoon.
Yeah,
with the retro look or whatnot.
Who knows how expensive that would be, or maybe they just want it to be more of its own thing. I don't know. Either way, it's the Cuphead show. Kyle's gonna watch it.
I'll watch it,
and he's gonna report back to us if it's good or not. When's it out? When are we going to expect?
I don't know if they've even said. There's no I don't think there's a premiere date yet.
Okay. All right.
They did recently delay the final episode of the game Cuphead: The Delicious Last Course until 2020. So who knows?
Maybe it'll kind of coincide with this.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Who knows?
All right.
Lechuga King says, I'm, to be honest, expecting this bathwater. How much is shipping?
Oh, boy. What have we done?
Yeah, what have we done?
We have made mistakes. Mistakes were made, but we're not the only one that makes mistakes. How about this 404?
Oh.
I almost feel like the bathwater should have been in the 404 section as well.
It probably should have.
This one, I was so disappointed. I went to put this in our agenda, and I saw that Kyle had already beaten me to it. Like pretty much every story this week, you were like on it. You're on. So I'm gonna read this this headline. I'll let you take it from there. But this comes in from Fox 2. Now, real quick though, if you don't know how the 404 works, let me break it down for you. Okay, this is how it goes. What you do is you give us an alternative headline for this story. Okay, something crazy, something funny,
right?
A pun, even. We like puns. So go ahead and come up with an alternative headline for this story, and we'll pick one of our favorites. Here's the headline from Fox2now.com. It says, suspect passes gas so loudly, Missouri law enforcement is able to locate his hiding place.
Yeah, law enforcement in the Northland relied on some basic senses over the weekend to help them track down an alleged criminal. A spokesperson for the Clay County Sheriff's Office posted a photo on Facebook of a search and added that while officials were searching, the person passed gas loudly, so loudly, in fact, that they gave up the suspect's hiding spot. We've got to give props to the Liberty PD for using their senses to sniff him out, the Sheriff's Department added. According to the Sheriff's Department, the individual was wanted for possession of a controlled substance. So I'm guessing he's like squatting in the bushes and just, I mean, if you're squatting and hiding, there's no holding that in, I guess.
What did he just rob? A Taco Bell?
I don't know. He didn't rob anything. He had a controlled substance.
Oh, they were just hunting him down.
Yeah, so I'm guessing drugs of some kind, some
meth.
nature. Probably.
Does meth give you gas?
I don't know.
If I had to guess,
I've never done. Like, which drug makes you the gassiest?
I would go with cocaine, but only because you snort it. So I feel like you'd maybe like get a bunch more air and like maybe you'd swallow some of that air somehow and then make you gassy.
Could be.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know enough about enough drugs to make a judgment, so I'll go with cocaine as the answer. That would be my guess. That or meth, probably.
Yeah, this is a bizarre story. It's weird because we kind of live in this time where law enforcement uses Twitter and other means of social media a lot to just like tweet out the happenings, and like they were tweeting about this from their account,
right?
Like as this is happening, and it's such a weird thing. I mean, just how do you, as law enforcement, how do you keep a straight face when you're out there trying to track down this criminal and you're like, all right, where'd he go? And you're like, I just imagine with like guns out, like,
right,
serious, trying to find this dude, and then you just hear him rip a big one, and you're like, oh, there he is, and like, how do you keep a straight face and not just break out into laughter?
Right. I mean, I'm sure. I like to imagine that he just stood up and waved the white flag. That was me, guys. It was me.
The brown flag.
I mean, at that point, you're caught. Like,
yeah.
All right. Yep. That was funny. My bad. I cut it.
Or he just starts blaming the cops, and he's like, "You smelt it. You dealt it.
Right. It wasn't me."
Yeah. All right. Well. Does anybody have a fun name for this? I guess nobody wants to participate in the fun names.
The fart machine.
Let's see.
Swing and a miss.
Justice by flatulence.
Justice by flatulence. Halo Reachman 123. Fart in a jar opens giving up suspect's location.
Oh, he was filling a jar. Anyways, I think that you could, come. I feel like this would be a one that had a lot of good options for names. Like I feel like
right.
We're just failing at this.
Yeah. I mean, the usual suspects that throw some of the real heavy lifting on the 404 aren't here tonight. So, Kuipers, what do you got?
Yeah, come on, give us your best.
Want to put me on the spot here?
Yeah.
Excuse you, Kuipers.
I like that Lechuga King is getting upset about wanting his water when we didn't even like have a storefront up for this. He just sent us $10 and now he's demanding Kuiper's water.
Yeah.
You need to settle down. I'm sorry. We don't have it right now. I don't know if it'll ever be a thing. If I'm really sorry if we got you too worked up about this Kuiper's water. How about
it's honestly not that great.
Crime doesn't pay.
Crime stinks.
No. Farts behind jars.
Farts behind bars. Farty McFart face.
Oh, good one, Kyle.
Yeah.
That was original. I like that. We're really bad at this tonight. I can't think of anything. You'd think this would be easy. Gosh. Wait, what was he? What was his thing he was running for? He had
controlled substance.
Controlled flatulence.
Controlled flatulence. There we go.
That's it.
There it is.
That's not even that good. Anyways, control your flatulence.
Ooh, you suck.
Breaking Wild. Or Wind. Breaking Wind. Oh,
Yep.
I thought he said Wild.
Yep.
Breaking
It's
Wind.
like Breaking Bad, but you're Breaking Wind.
Halo Reach. Man, 1, 2, 3. I think you won.
Yep.
With
Lechuga King controlled bathwater.
Nope. I think you're confused.
I think that might be that could be considered a controlled substance.
Bathwater?
Bathwater. If it's used, it's contaminated.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. That does it for our 404. That does it for the show, really. But before we go, we can't forget the thing that makes, it's like the sun. We revolve around the sun,
Right.
That's our Patreon peeps. These are all the lovely individuals who donate on a monthly basis at patreon.com/minuteintub. It can be $1, it can be $5, it could be $10, whatever you can do. We really, really appreciate it. If you want to be a subscriber and be cool, like these two guys are people. You got God of Atheists and Jay Oliver. They donate it every month from their pocket to ours at patreon.com/minuteintub. Head over there, subscribe today, show us your support, help us keep making the show, going to conventions, doing other things, maybe awkwardly forcing Kuipers to bottle his bathwater because some dude sent us $10 on the internet. I don't know.
He's really upset about Kuipers. Every single time he puts his name in there, he spells it different. I love it.
And is yet to be correct at that.
Thanks everybody for tuning in for another episode of the TUBCAST. It's been a lovely time, and we'll be back next week. Back to our regular schedule, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Twitch.tv/MinuteTub live. Or you can watch us on all the the iTunes or the other places. The other places you listen to podcasts. We're just giggling because we're getting
so many different Kuipers names.
Lechuga King is getting very upset about wanting his bathwater.
Lechuga King, you'll have to work with Kuipers on that one to get that figured out.
See if you can work that out. Once you spell his name right. No, but for real, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. It's been a lovely time. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kuipers. Thanks, Jeremy, for, I guess, not being
Jeremy.
here. Thanks a lot. See y'all.
Really appreciate it.
See y'all next week.